Make some noise here at the Untitled of my Dragonfly Cafe. Yo, it's been some time. It's been some time since we had an extra week. We had an extra week where we weren't getting together.
It was unbearable for me
But the wait is well worth it. We're here tonight. It is the first. It is the first Wednesday of the month. Do you need-
personally. Check, check. Typically,
Okay.
I'm loud enough without a microphone, but this is a bit more professional, so here we go.
Perfect, perfect. So here at the Untitled Open Mic, we get together because we want to talk shit pretty much. Right? And we
New
wanna,
shit, old shit, we'll get to that.
exactly. So we want to do shit with community because we can do this at home, but it's obviously a lot more fun with friends to be, and neighbors, right? So this open mic has been going on for 18 years. 1 8. I know. Yeah. Thank you for clapping. Okay? There's gonna be a lot of clapping today. We have some lovely regulars, but for my homies, and I know y'all are brave. If this is your first time rocking with us, can I get a big woo woo? Okay. Nice, there's some first timers here, and that was pretty big, honestly. The room is also big. That was a big woo woo. Yes. Um, but yes, we do this every first and third Wednesday of the month, and what we like to do, in addition to this lovely open mic, which we open up for our lovely community to share, is we have some main events, some main programming. On the third Wednesday, we usually like to invite a special guest, someone to feature, be sort of our main act. On the first Wednesday, which today is, we have a poetry slam. Make some noise if you've been to a poetry slam. It's a poetic competition. We have people competing, blood, sweat, and tears, all the bodily fluids.
No!
Oh, sorry. Sorry. The blood, sweat, and tears. Those are what I'm talking about. So, I know. I'm sorry. I'm a poet. I like to use words.
Sorry, be
Thank you. I like that. Uh, but they're going to be competing for glory, for fun, and for cash money. Everyone like this cash money. What's that mean? I forgot. Yeah, who remembers that? I do. All right, but we have four fantastic people. I'll introduce them a little bit later, and we got incredible, talented people in the audience being able to help us determine the winners. So we'll get into that. That's our main event. But before we do have our lovely open mic, we want to talk a little bit about um, sort of the rules and the cadence of the open mic, but we still gotta do some housekeeping, right? Shout out to Dragonfly Cafe. This is another Dragonfly Cafe. I got a steamy hot bowl on the table waiting for me to sit down and eat it.
If I don't get to it first.
Oh, oh my goodness.
Well, I already had my avocado toast and a cupcake, both of which were so yummy.
I know. So definitely support the venue. They're so sweet and kind for allowing us to be here, make it our home for the evening. And speaking of that, we do wanna we like being comfy, all right? This is our home. We're here getting together, but there is important work to make sure the home is a space we want to be a part of, all right? Um, so with that, we want to create a very encouraging, supportive environment, sometimes a brave environment as well. And those are the things that I think will be nice to have in a home besides cute plants and nice cozy furniture. Um, but of course, there's a lot of energies and attitudes that can disrupt that, right? A lot of hateful energy, anything that might attack our neighbors, we're not about. Okay? Do not bring that into our space, all right? It doesn't mean you have to be nice.
Don't be nice.
Be
necessary.
exactly. We like to say, fuck shit up, but
No fucked up
Fucked
shit.
up
and we'll let you know when you fucked up. It's a learning moment, but um, we're not here to harm each other. That's not true. That's not what we want in our home.
If you do fuck up, we will gently nudge you in a more correct direction. Stairs, no. In a correct, I mean, if you want to go downstairs. By the way, if you need to use any of the restrooms in the building, you can go downstairs, around the corner and all that. Um, Unlocked gendered restrooms, or there are keys over by the register to the gendered restrooms on this level. Yeah, I do say every week that the bathrooms downstairs has better lighting for mirror selfies. If that's something that's important to you, I feel like the people deserve to know that.
I got a haircut. Okay. I need a cute selfie.
Which hair? What's that?
You determine. You determine. All
I think it
right.
was that one.
Yes. Well, that's exactly. So this open mic, you might experience some lighthearted shit, some funny poetry,
Unlike what I just said.
some wonderful stories, but there might be also heavier stuff. Maybe stuff that be exploring a lot more or a variety of different subject matter. So sort of expect that there is a range on our lovely open mic.
And we do ask that for those of you who have signed up to share, if you are aware that something you're sharing has stronger content, just issue a trigger warning for the room. And then audience members, if someone issues a trigger warning and you think, ooh, like I'm not in the right headspace to, handle that, by all means, enter and exit the space as you please. There are lovely green exit signs. It's raining out there, but some people like that. Do what you have to do to protect your peace and take care of yourself. Additionally, just because someone shares something on the open mic that is a heavier topic does not necessarily mean they want to perhaps continue that conversation after they're on the mic. We ask that people respect both physical and emotional boundaries on and off the microphone. Don't touch people. Additionally, by no means do we tolerate any inappropriate comments being made about the people on this microphone. We say these things because, unfortunately, it has happened. It won't happen again, will it, audience? Exactly. You guys are good. We can trust you.
Yeah, with that, yeah, it's not just the organizers, but we're all part of this house. We're all part of this home and community. So we invite the responsibility for all of us to be a part of that care. Okay?
If this is our home for the evening, this is our family. Be nice to her.
Yeah, y'all up with that? Can I get a yeah?
Yeah.
So sweet. Look at that. We're doing this shit together.
Sweet like the Dragonfly Cafe gluten-free cupcakes.
Yeah.
This open mic is just a very long ad read for the venue.
It's like my bill of beer of the night.
Beautiful, beautiful. We already mentioned, if you're looking for more inspiration off the mic, there's our community library there. Check out some of the wonderful books. A lot of those folks are friends who have been part of our community or visited, featured, all of that. So it's wonderful.
Also, additionally, regarding conversations, excuse me, although we do encourage dialogue and words. Hi, it's a poetry event, and we do ask that while people are up here on the mic performing, that any side conversations and whatnot are kept to a lower volume. Just out of respect for the people around you. Some people might not have the same hearing capabilities as you, so on and so forth. And we used to have a rule that was if your phone goes off while someone's performing, you purchase them something. I understand that not everyone is financially able to do that, but just,
Put your phone on quiet.
every phone, and I say this knowing that most people have had their phone on Do Not Disturb since like 2012. But still.
Yeah, I made an oopsie and I did purchase a homemade drink because my phone did go off. So
If you can and they want one, great, but I'm not gonna go out and be like, you get a root beer if like, whatever.
perfect.
I think
Beautiful.
they have root beers.
I think so. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the open mic. So if you signed up, we have a very cute open mic. All right, the cutest one in May of 2026, I've been told so far. Yeah, you can find it out.
Yeah.
Folks, you have about no more than 5 minutes to share in the open mic. We welcome all different styles. We don't go in any particular order, but we'll let folks know who's on deck and who's up next. So you have a little cue, all right? And of course, we like to do some more very interesting ways for folks to engage with our performer. They're coming on stage, they're giving out energy, audience, y'all are so important. We can't do this open mic without y'all. So
If we did, it'd be pretty boring, just like the three of us doing all this
I
setup
know,
just
I
to
wouldn't,
like.
I wouldn't want to hang out. All right. So if you hear something that you like tonight, some ways you can respond is we do some snapping. Can we practice some snapping real quick? Yeah, if you don't know how to snap, it just looks cool. Just kind of do that,
A little like K-pop finger hearts, just
Exactly.
good enough.
Maybe someone just finished sharing. You want to applaud them? Can we clap for our lovely friends? Maybe you want to respond in other ways. Maybe audibly. Can I get like a Can I get a yes?
Yes.
Can I get a go in poet?
Go in, poet.
Can I get jazz hands? Alright, so respond. Get that energy back. That's important. Alright. Speaking of responding, we do call in responses here. So if you're sharing something brand new, we call that new shit.
New shit.
If you got something that's kind of a little dusty, maybe tucked away in the notebook from 2 years ago or longer, you might have old shit.
Oh shit.
And then you have all this shit in between.
In between. Shit. Okay, you're getting it.
We say shit and then we say shit back. Okay, cool. All right, beautiful. And if it's your first time here reading on the open mic, let us know. Let us know.
If it is your second time on the Untitled open mic, also please let us know. If it's your third, thank you for being here, but you don't have to sing.
Amazing, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I think we pretty much covered. We're also, this event is being recorded. We are streaming a lovely open mic to remember. My memory's kind of bad. And we have our lovely friend Laura who's taking some photos as well. So if you're sharing on an open mic and maybe you don't want to be photographed, just let us know and we won't. Okay? But if you want to just keep your cuteness to yourself, get it. All right. Cool. With that, on deck. I think on deck, okay? On deck, we have our lovely friend, Decker. Okay? But staying on stage, we're going to rock with y'all. Make some noise and clap it up for Nikolai!
Well, your bark, that sounded a bit too realistic. I was like, oh, man, where's Marcus here? Alrighty. I always feel weird like clapping for myself. Like, I'm just standing here. Alright, I have some old-ish shit.
Old-ish shit?
Some silly shit.
Silly shit?
I'm dropping shit. It's gonna be one thing. I hope. Alright, this one is called Lotrimin. Hopefully at least a few of you know. Well, you're about to find out. My feet are cold, but they are dry. Why? Powder. Foot powder in my socks, foot powder in my Crocs, foot powder between my toes so that no matter where I go, my feet are at least dry, if not warm. My feet are not warm, but they're dry. I've already told you the reason why. I decide every now and then to use again my foot powder. My foot powder keeps my feet dry and warm, gives me the inability to scorn any damp sensation under my foot, a singular sensation that puts car ride. Normally I'd be like, I'm still here in Candy Rain, but no.
Let's give it up for Nick. Amazing. Right. This is a cute open mic, cute open mic. I just wanted to let y'all know if you're interested in adjusting the microphones, I simply suggest just bringing it down and up, okay? Just like that. But we have more knobs here. All right, with that being said, we're going to keep the open mic going. On deck, we have Kate, all right? But coming up to the stage, this person traveled the farthest for this open mic to bless y'all with a wonderful, wonderful surprise gift. I don't know. Make some noise for the homie Decker!
And normally I'll tell really good lies. That was the truth. That's
We only talk
from
facts.
Colorado, so
We've only ever told that.
I well, that was but what I was saying. That was a lie. What I'm sharing, it's new shit.
New shit!
I did a poem a day for April, and this is day 2. So, eat a donut. Simple enough. Eat a donut. That's all I have to do, but before I can eat a donut, I have to take a purple pill and wait an hour to take another. Still, I cannot eat a donut and ride that wave. Eating a donut will have to wait because I cannot eat a donut until I push all the air out and pull in meds to maintain my asthma. And yet, I cannot eat a donut until I massage my throat. But still, no donut. Until I stretch my pelvic floor. Now, I can eat a donut because that's all I have to do right now. All right, and then this is day 5, and then we'll move on to the next person. All right. I am not a rock, and I cannot be an island. The youngest of 7, wait, make that 8. I have always been surrounded, but spend my days now mostly alone. An island home carrying rocks and throwing life rafts to whomever holds on, but I cannot row anyone's boat alone. I will be the terra infirma you can go to, though, and share my beacon throughout the night when your waves knock against my door. Thank
Let's give it up for the homie Decker from Colorado. Amazing. Yep. All right. Keeping it going with the cutest open mic in all of the Northern Hemisphere. On deck, we have Liv Kate. Okay. Really excited to bring up this next individual. This person actually using the periodic table wrote all of their poetry using the elements. All right. With that, let's make some noise for our friend Kay.
This is new shit.
New shit!
And it's what happens to all of us, I think, maybe. It's called Where is the Muse? Tiniest of tiny, the shining specks of sweat make my skin sparkle. The hand that holds the pen is not moving. No one has touched the hand, but the wind and a falling pine needle. A thread-waisted wasp, hovered and left, like love that comes and doesn't land. I saw it coming, I watched it going. An express train, intent on arriving elsewhere in the universe. Tiniest of tiny, Had a great party. I wait.
Thank you so much, Kay. Shout out to the Pine Needles out there in the audience. Fuck with y'all. Beautiful. Yeah, we do. We occasionally usually post all of our stuff on our low poetry wheel on Instagram. So you're just like, oh, I'm having a good time. Where can I learn more? That's one way you can learn more. Check out Instagram, low poetry wheel. On deck, we have the homie George. George, you are on deck. All right. But up next, this person. Do you know the water cycle? Who can recite the stages of the water cycle?
Solid, liquid.
Almost. Yes. Yes. Foggy. Yes. Anyway, why am I mentioning it? This person actually created the water cycle. Yes, that's the shit that you studied and did not remember. Okay. With that, let's welcome to the stage, Liz K.
All right, hello everybody. How are we tonight? I like that. Yeah, I like that. If y'all don't know me, my name is Liv Kate. Hello. This is my second time ever being here. I was here last month and I had so much fun. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it a tradition to come here once a month. You know, reciting some poems, tell y'all that. I have a poem for you guys. It is called What Happens When Becoming Independent. Providing oneself with no worries, mistaking one's purpose, gaining knowledge with no pressure, becoming depressed and anxious, controlling your very destiny, forever a tool to everyone, planning many adventures, let alone with no one. Never asking for favors again, tasked to complete everything, satisfying your desires, constantly regretting every choice, letting the mind run wild, questioning what makes you human, buying whatever pleases you, doubting whether this is worth it, cutting ties to those you despise, proving all your wrongs, dignifying the odds, forever being mistaken, embracing the beauty of reality, realizing the darkness of reality. What is independence? Thank you.
That's the homie Liz K. Wow. Yes.
I just have a really quick question for you. Yeah. You said this was your second time at the Untitled mic. Okay. Audience! I need your help with something. Oh my goodness, what is like what? I'm so glad you asked. All right, I'm going to count to 3. And on the count of 3, we're all together going to say, they came back. Audience, can we do that?
Yeah.
There we go. 1, 2, 3. They came back.
Thank you so much. Woo! You got 2 of those. Exactly. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. We want to keep it going with the open mic. I want to remind y'all, we have a poetry slam. People want to compete. You know, the blood, sweat, and tears I said earlier? Yes. Very exciting. Very exciting. Okay. Awesome. Great. With that, on deck, we have our lovely friend, Henry, you're on deck. Yep. But up next, this homie crafted a device to transport himself here. They found a really beautiful tree with its permission. Said, haul me out. Use my body as a canoe. Travel down the street to this open mic. All right. Yeah, it's a true story, all right? With that, make some noise for the homie George!
is my second time. I come here all the time, but I never leave. Change it up. I wrote this poem about my good friends who lives in Portland, Oregon, and finally got to meet after a really long time. So I wrote this about that. It's called "We're Still Here." My life is surrounded by you. Every song, music you showed me. All my clothes, pieces of your wardrobe. The things you gave me define who I am. Sometimes I wondered if we'd ever meet. Me, Boston, you, Portland, a whole country between us, and years of pain in both our hearts, draining our lust for life like leeches on flesh. Each day pulled us closer to that final choice, that choice you can't go back from. And the dream of meeting face to face seemed to be just that, a dream. We dragged our feet through the mud, every scar a weight sinking us deeper. In the trenches of life we trudged, holding on to the dregs of something long since diminished. And with each morning, rock bottom was newly redefined. But the days passed on, and the mud became dry ground. The clouds drifted away, and sunlight beamed down, and we persevered. 6 years of pain later, that dream became reality. And I can't wait to meet again, friends. Thank you.
Holy joy, that's the real one over there. We're just real quick on the count of three. We're just do a big thing back, even though they're always here. Count us off, Laura.
I'm taking this person. You know who that is.
I know you don't think it.
1, 2, 3. Hey, I love you, Lucky.
I also love you. It's a little different. Thanks. Okay. All right. See, if you're all familiar with the open mic, these are all folks. Everyone brings a different flavor, different stories. All it comes down is just really, we're just talking shit. I told you at the beginning. We're here, we're just talking shit. You know?
Talking shit.
And I know everyone's shit is a little different. Okay? So if you're thinking about it, yeah. Just, if you're interested, come on an open mic. It's a beautiful place to just try things out, develop, your craft. If you're really passionate about writing, but also it's just good to just share stories or, out loud some things. Okay, cool. Um, Speaking out loud of some things, I've also been writing a little bit more. Whoa, surprise, right? Yeah. So I'm going to actually share a little something, a little part of the open mic. But I'll let y'all know that Sophia, you are on deck. Okay. All right. Keep it things spicy, all right? This is cute and spicy, like a little chili pepper. Beautiful. I recently had the opportunity to share some poems. So this is one of the, and it was all new poems, new stuff. So I've been writing a little bit so I can fit the bill. And a lot of my recent work, I like two poems, is all take place in the automobile. I don't know how I do it. Anyway.
Safely, I might have done.
Coffee Rich is the name of the poem. Fuck, my tank is on E. And I'm driving to buy a fancy latte at a specialty coffee shop. I heard Jeremy Kirkland describe on his podcast Whammo of being coffee rich. Who knows what coffee rich means? You want to take a guess? Okay. All right. You don't really have money, but you always have money for coffee. That's coffee rich, okay? I've never felt this much permission to be this type of silly and indulgent, but I won't deprive myself from a good time right now and support small business. 20 miles left in the tank and same, bro. I haven't done groceries in 3 weeks. but I will feed my dogs gourmet tonight. My apartment is too big to clean by myself. I feel the same way about my rent. And I go in between laps of being of the cooler in my kitchen looking like the one from a broke bachelor boy dinner to looking like someone being in a relationship with somebody. I'll be buying shit that I don't really eat like that, but expect someone else to like. I think it's the host in me. Wines with cute labels in the fridge, assortment of candy, chilled chocolates, different flavors, seltzer shit. I can whip up a jacuzzi board right now. Snap open a bucket of grilled pickles, a box of gourmet cookies. But at this moment, I will take this $10 coffee to go. I'll drive it back home and watch it sweat a ring on my desk like it wants to propose. Everything in Providence, I live in Providence, is less than 12 minutes away driving. 5 miles, 3 tiers in my fridge. Gas is almost $5 a gallon, and I will still get the cocktail at the venue every time. Support small business. Thank you. Are keeping it open like going on deck. Peter, you're on deck. But this next individual here, so I've been told when a caterpillar turns into a butterfly, its entire body liquefies. But it reforms itself to be a butterfly. That's so beautiful. Like, I don't know how the science works. Why am I saying this? This person is not liquid, but they are some way of a wonderful butterfly. Let's make some noise and welcome Sophia to the stage.
Thank you for that gross segment. Because this poem is a little bit gross. It's a little, nothing like triggering or anything, but just warning you, it's a little yucky. At least the beginning. This is also my first time being here. And I haven't read my poetry out in a really long time, so bear with me. This is called confirmation bias. Every night this week, I've dreamt of loose teeth fleeing my head, and this one squeezed from fleshy pockets in my gums. They burst like maggots from infected pustules and dead tissue. I look down through this glossy lens, and in my hands are hundreds of yellowy fragments, awash in blood so dark it could be mistaken for motor oil. By the time I get the chance to fuck the craters with my tongue, I wake up. My shrink says dreams are mirrors held to the terrors of waking life. My mother recounts dreams of lost teeth right before her divorce, then again when she had me. This morning, 2 dogs emerged from the woods in my parents' backyard, born from the late April fog, not there and then there all at once. A pair of huskies, one bone white and the other blotted black-brown, both with the bluest human eyes pushed deep above their skinny snouts. Their knees bow and their ribs poke out, but their tails whir in circles, propel them straight to me. By the time I fetch 2 makeshift leads, the fog has disappeared though. An elderly stranger outside North Station addresses me by name, taps a gnarled pointer against his temple, peels back his wrinkled jowls into an expression that long ago might have been a handsome smile. He warns me I'll see him again. Tonight, I dream of the old man, the huskies. They come with their backs turned to me. My vision is greasy and drunk, and they're all fish-eyed, far away, shrunken minifigures. Objects in this mirror may be closer than they appear. I stumble forward and I swing around, faces smudged like God wiped their wet paint, gums bared as if to say, look, see. And to my tight-chested expectation, they're all missing their teeth. And if you like that and other weird, gross prose, poetry, and short fiction. I have a couple copies of a zine, so if you're interested, come talk to me. I'm not scary, I promise.
Woo, give it for Holy Sophia. And Sophia, this is your first time, huh? Thank you so much for being here.
Are you guys noticing a pattern of when I come back to the microphone? Oh, yeah. All right, so similarly as what we did before, instead of saying, they came back, that's giving too far into the video. We have to say, please come back. Audience, can we do that?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Please come back.
Okay, thank you.
Love that. Shout out to the homely Sophia. You like bros. You like bros. Speaking of bros, everyone boo the host.
Ooh, bad host!
Man, you're so mean. Not into it. Just kidding. All right. No, I actually messed up. I kind of shuffled the order a little bit. Our lovely friend Peter is still on deck, but I have another homie that I was maybe just saving for this moment right here. This person, do you know how the light temperature is measured in kelvins? Right? Kelvins is named after somebody, and it's not this individual. Please make some noise for our homie Henry.
Hey. Hello. Hey, what's going on? Never done anything like this before. Excited to be here. A lot of incredible poems, so far. Pretty cool. This is a poem. I guess this probably need a little trigger warning. There's a little bit light drug use, I guess, some heavy feelings. This one, yeah. It's called She Left in a Hurry. Maybe I'm just off the blinker, but I'm your captive, and I'd go anywhere with you. Every time I'm with you, life feels so exciting. Every word off your tongue musical. Your voice rises and falls, an intoxicating crescendo, soft but with authority and clarity. I could watch your lips move for hours on end, sounding out each word. They crinkle and crease while you open and close your mouth. You're beyond addictive. Nothing is needed because you wreck me more than any drug. Some people dream of being one with each other, but I dream of waking up next to you on a morning where we both have work off. I guess that's the trouble with it all. Good friends sometimes make the best lovers. They tear our walls down and see right through us and the pretense we put up. All it takes is a look, and we've laid ourselves out for them to see. Like the laundry, you probably do at his apartment while you wait for him to wake up. Because he went to sleep at 4 a.m. And even though you're a night owl too, you insist you're trying so hard not to be. And we go out as friends because that's easier than never speaking again. No matter how much it hurts, no matter how much you say things like, how are things with this person? You guys have been spending a lot of time together recently. And I tell you that meeting someone twice and having decent conversations means nothing. You found the man you'll probably marry. And I'm still searching and aching for the attention of someone who has no idea I'm fond of her and her cavernous mind, seemingly without end to its imagination. I take you home, and even after feeling like the earth and moon, two pale and bumpy but luminescent bodies, our main difference, how we reflect our light, I know it's not enough for it to work anymore. I can't lie to you about how I feel. Even if I don't have the brave nature to come out and say it, I write it in a saccharine poem, spelled out in my notes app after midnight, because when you thank me and head out of my car to his apartment's fire escape, I know that you feel the same about us. And so now it's painfully clear as I pull into my apartment's parking lot and tears streamed down so easily why you left in a hurry.
Let's give it up for our homie Henry. Oh, and thank you so much, Henry, because this is also your first time on this. Oh, my guess.
Hey, they switched spots.
And 1, 2, 3,
Please come back!
You guys are getting good this. I trust you. Now we're getting back. You know what's happening. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Please come back. A lot of wonderful faces. This is what I love about new folks. It's just like they're experiencing this for the first time here, at least with us, and I envy that. I can't do that myself. So thank you for making me be jealous. All right. So continue to show.
How encouraging!
I am. It was really encouraging. I was into it. Thank you. Okay. All right. All right. Beautiful. We're getting very, very, very close to our slam, our main event, where blood, sweat, and tears is going to be on the stage. We're going to get something to dry it all off. Cash money. Okay. All right. All right. I'm used to this. This is my first time hosting. All right. With that being said, all right, Slammers, just letting y'all know what's up. All right. You need to handle your business, get some fresh air. This is a good time. Same thing, judges. All right. Judges, if you're looking to stretch out real quick, maybe it's a good time. There's a couple of poems left before we get into our slam, but we're moving on to a little bit of the working section. We're closing us out on this open mic. Our lovely friend, this person happened to, they mastered the power of all the elements. Mhm, mhm. But with all of that, with all that power, they're very humble, and they in their spare time run a wonderful how-to cooking YouTube channel. Okay. With that, let's make some noise and welcome to the stage, Peter.
Hey everyone, I am going to do a cover of a poem that was introduced during a workshop from a feature here, I feel like last year or so. Yeah. I just found myself not forgetting it as fast as I can get it out of my head. Here we go. 1. Letter from my heart to my brain. It's okay to hang upside down like a bat, to swim into the deep end of silence, to swallow every key so you can't get out. It's okay to hear the ocean calling your fevered name, to say your sorrow is an opera of snakes, to flirt with sharp and heartless things. It's okay to write, I deserve everything, to bow down to this rotten thing that understands you, to adore the red and ugly queen of it, to admire her calm and steady growing. It's okay to lock yourself in the medicine cabinet, to drink all the wine, to do what it takes to stay without staying. It's okay to hate God today, to change his name to yours, to want to ruin all that ruined you. It's okay to feel like only a photograph of yourself, to need a stranger to pull your hair and pin you down. It's okay to want your mother as you lie alone in bed. It's okay to brick, to fuck, to flame, to church, to crush, to knife, to rock, to rock, to rock, to rock, to rock, rock. It's okay to wave goodbye to yourself in the mirror, to write, I don't want anything. It's okay to despise what you have inherited, to feel dead in a city of pulses. It's okay to be the whale that never comes up for air, to love best the taste of your own blood. 2. Letter from my brain to my heart. This house is dirty, but comfortable. Behind each crooked door waits the angry weather of a forgiveness child. I cannot help but admire this horrible power of mine, how each small thing can become a death, the lost house key, a spoiled egg, a howling dog. There is no prayer or pill for this. It is a ruthless botany. I might as well be buried in the yard. I have no one to blame. Not the mother who's singing in the empty cradle. Not the dog of spite who bit my hand. Just this long-legged sorrow who trails my every joy like a dark perfume. You have my permission not to love me. I am a cathedral of dead bones, and I'd rather burn myself down than change the locks. I did. I forgot to mention. It's by Rachel McKibbins. Thank you.
Give it for the homie Peter. Amazing, though. Amazing. All right. All right. Can I do one more poem before we jump into this one? Is that okay? All right. So, so heads up, judges, slammers, we're about to get, we're going to jump straight into this right after. Um, Continuing safely writing poetry in automobiles. I have another poem and that sort of thing. But I'll do some quick announcements. We're the Low Poetry Wheel. This is the Untitled Open Mic. The Low Poetry Wheel is a wobbly wheel, right? We got three spokes. This is one of them. Our lovely twice a month reading here. And we also have our lovely Mill City Speaks, which is our poetry slam team, our second spoke. And then our third spoke of the wheel is Free Verse, is our youth poetry arm of our lovely organization. You can learn more about what we do through the Low Poetry Wheel Instagram or lowpoetry.com. Um, as we mentioned at the top of this event, we do this twice a month, first and third Wednesday. Oh yes. I was snagging over there earlier. If you're interested in getting food, continue to do so. The venue's kitchen last call at 8 o'clock. Okay. All right. If you want to partake in some lovely drinks, there for the cafe drink part last call is 8:30. Okay. Cool. Oh yes. Oh man, I kind of wish you were lying. Okay. So there's another chant that we occasionally do. We're gonna practice it now. When I say Dr. Dougie, y'all say fresh. Dr. Dougie. Fresh. Dr. Dougie. Fresh. A lot of good folks like yourself come through and help make this open mic what it is. Our dear friend, the late and great Douglas Bishop. He's he's here with us in spirit, giving some of these kind of snaps, the ones that you can't really hear, but you feel it. So I'm just calling to our dear ones to share space with us tonight. We also have a tradition of um, passing around the hat. We are really proud to be offer programming that's pretty much free for everyone to attend. We do not charge any entry fee to come to our open mic. We just want y'all to be here. But we do happen to operate solely on grants and donations. So if you have any spare change, obviously, support the venue, grab some goodies from the Dragonfly. But the tradition of passing, Dougie had his hat, and he will just pass the hat around, sort of like church. Everyone touches the hat. If you have anything, throw it in there. If you don't have actual money, it's fine. Get some good vibes. Drop some good vibes in there. We'll take that. That goes a long way. And if you don't give a fuck, whatever, just pass the hat, respect the hat, and we have our lovely hat, actually from Rico. Who's the homie? The grandfather's hat. All right. So generational hats out here. All right. That's what we're going to do. Someone pass this hat, and yeah, if you can just touch for everyone, ask some good vibes in it, that'd be super wonderful. Amazing. All right. Okay. Cool. All right. Beautiful. If I forget anything else, we'll let y'all know. All right. So I'm gonna close out with this poem, and then we're gonna jump straight into a slam. All right, judges, you got your markers and everything. What? So my poem makes funny noises. This is another poem. All right. On a car ride to UNH, I finished 3 poems and a whole bag of chips. I like romance. I like romance as I type out these poems. I like to romanticize the past and the things that didn't happen yet. Isn't that like a poem? I really want a poem at dinner right now. I've been romanticizing rice or anything with more sustenance, while triangles, the shade of organic corn and cheese gets displaced into my mouth. Fill the blank space in my body. Still an empty feeling. My fingers smell like nacho seasoning, the non-GMO, and a gas pump handle. All corn. I wish I wrote more regularly, things with more sustenance. Or am I thinking of subsistence? I honestly don't know, so I asked Google in the car, and it tells me that subsistence is the act of barely getting by, whereas sustenance is a support that allows one to thrive or endure. Y'all, I actually think I meant substance. It was National Poetry Month, but I say it like a question. Like I don't know what month it is even. I get my April, May, and June's confused, but June is my birthday and that didn't happen yet. April is 4, May 5, June 6. The numbers assigned to these months is like a countdown, but in reverse. Is it not just what time is? Isn't that just a poem romanticizing the months until winter becomes spring? Next thing you know, it's summer and you're eating rice outside. Or maybe a poem, something that reminds you of full and the definition of substance, the physical material, the matter, the essential essence of something. I want to write something that matters. Lately, my brain is too small. This big. I say that often to my friends, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, I know. I can't even communicate my incompetence. I'm out of practice, my writing. I haven't finished a poem in months. I'm ashamed that to help me with my Instagram captions, I asked fucking artificial intelligence. Boo, boo, boo me again. Boo. Hey, but it doesn't sound as bad, you know? Better with more syllables, artificial intelligence. See what I did there? I poemed it. But that's the incorrect usage of the word because there's no romance. More, less, or just nacho cheese dust, the shape of broken picture frames, a bag of yellow fragmented star tips filling the blank spaces beneath a picture, a caption, a poem. Say something beautiful. Say something beautiful. Late July. Charlotte, North Carolina. Certified organic bioquality assurance international. The chips. That's what's written on the bag of late July brand nacho cheese flavored chips. That's the bag I finished. That's the poem I eaten. That's the time I numbered, and that's the memory I romanticized. Thank you. All right, thank you so much for listening to my poem, the open mic. We're gonna jump right into the poetry slam. The poetry slam was invented by some homies who wanted to hang out, and we're doing that right here. This is our version at the Untitled Open Mic. Mill City speaks. These poets are competing with their own original works. They don't have anything besides their body. No props, no costumes, no musical accompaniment, no fire techniques, just them, this microphone. All right. They have no more than 3 minutes to share a poem, but poets like to go over time, so we're giving y'all 10-second grace period. All right. Any 10 seconds? That's a lot of grace, I know, but was it 10 seconds over? Is that right? We're starting to deduct half a point, all right? But don't worry about that, people. We have our lovely friend Rico who's going to do some math. Clap it up for Rico. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So with that being said, these folks are competing. We got prizes. This is our open slam format. Um, with that, these folks, we have Rico. How many rounds? 2 rounds. All right, 2 rounds. So poets, slammers, they're going to be sharing. Um, but we can't do this without our lovely judges, okay? These are the most qualified, high caliber, very intellectual, cultured individuals, all right? Put that in your bio, okay? Honestly, I beg you, but they're about it. They're about it. These are good folks. They're here till 9 o'clock. That's what it is. All right. I want you to clap and make some noise for these lovely folks. Let's give it up for over here. We got Henry and Sophia as a two-headed judge. That's right. We have Liv King as our next judge. So we have our lovely friend Callie as our third judge. And then lovely people over here. We have another Sophia. Is that correct? Count over Sophia. And Eileen. Love that. All right, judges. So there's a slight feedback that's happening on this microphone speaker. Judges, let me explain this to y'all and for the audience. They're scoring from 0 to 10, Olympic style. 0 is the worst shit ever. You will come in here and punch me in the face and we'll stop the open mic, okay? That's pretty bad. Will there be a 0 tonight? No.
Unless there's a one in front of it.
Hey, damn, I heard of a. That's a bad. Yeah, I like that. All right, but on the opposite end, we do have a 10, and that's like the best poem you will ever hear in your life. You might as well just stop listening to poetry. Okay? But y'all, there's plenty of numbers in between. All right. So what I like to say. Yeah. What I like to say is there is you can give up to 5 points for the writing and up to 5 points for the performance. Okay. We encourage our lovely judges to use one number after the decimal point. So that might be a 7.5. That might be an 8.3. If you want to give a 9, that's a 9.0. Okay. Beautiful. Judges, just hold up your scores after every poet goes up and just keep it up until I read all 5 scores. Maybe everyone has the same score, so just keep them up. All right. Beautiful. Judges, see these audience right here? I'm going to tell them they're going to be really engaged. I think they might feel like they can do a better job than y'all. I know it's kind of messed up because y'all are qualified. These audience are going to try to persuade you. I'm going to ask y'all to stay consistent. All right. Be true to your scores. All right. Now, audience members, that was just part of the protocol. I actually do need you to, the most gentlest way, bully them to know, because you really know what poetry is, okay? If you hear a poem that you like and a score that you like, how do you respond to that? Okay. And sometimes, people be messing up, so if you hear a score that you don't like, audience, how do you respond? Yeah, listen to the poem, that's right. Yeah, higher, that's good. All right, so we do that. Judges, don't worry, I got your back. They don't know anything. All right, audience. I'm like playing both sides or not. I'm not about that life. But anyway.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, that's how we're scoring. That's how we're scoring the things. Do we have the order for? Beautiful. All right. So with that, this is going to be the order of round one. Okay. We have the homie Kay, Decker, Nikolai, and Megan. And round two, we'll do the orders based on the scores. Okay. We're going to add everyone's score, drop the high, drop the low. The highest score you can get tonight is a 30. All right. But I think I don't know if y'all are actually ready for the slam to start.
No.
What was I talking about all open mic? What was I saying? Sweat, tears,
What?
We need fucking blood on the stage. We need some blood on the stage. Whoa, 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 what's going on? What's going on? We need a sacrifice. We want to be slipping off stage. No, the sacrifice is a really important job. It's actually the funnest job. They're going to be a part of the slam, but not really. They're a practice poet. They're going to open up the space for y'all, and it's really for our judges to get one round of practice, okay? So if you score this poet, that's going to be your calibration. It's also a call of calibration, okay? Beautiful. With that, we're going to welcome to the stage our lovely co-organizer and one of the flyest homies in the room. Let's clap it up for Rika! Be nice.
Sometimes I wonder how much a single feather weighs. I know there's probably some statistic that would fit here, but honestly, I don't really care. Some things cannot be quantified, like the warmth that spreads through my chest when someone gives me a hug, or draws a hearty chuckle from deep within an aching heart. Other things should not be quantified, like the vibrance of each new dawn or the number of breaths in one lifetime. It was once said that when someone passes on, their heart was weighed by a jackal-headed god against a single feather. The plethora of their life's ebbs and flows sewn together into a beating sack of muscle and blood. The scales burnished with eons of use, but unerring, would determine whether you were worthy of an endless cruise through a field of reeds or to be devoured, crushed by dozens of conical teeth and denied eternity. No matter who you ask, if they believe in an afterlife, there is always a journey to be taken, a road to be traveled to reach such a destination. On the winding pathways within the great pyramids of Giza, there are stories drawn of 42 deities to whom you must make negative confessions, profess your innocence of transgressions committed in life. But we are none of us without sin. We live in such ways as befit our need to love, to grow, to eat, to breathe. This often means we must make sacrifices, either of ourselves or of others, at the altar of existence. When I think of what awaits me when I no longer draw breath, I look to those who came before and met death and what they believed was when it was their time to leave. Do not know if there will be a grand ceremony of remembrance, whether I will meet Anubis with a smile or trepidation. I hope when the time comes that I know.
That's the homie Rick of y'all. That's our sacrificial poet. A little damp up here. A little damp up here.
Okay.
All right.
Put the rugs outside to make it more realistic.
Yes, exactly. I'm also just talking shit. This is the most time I'll give you judges to score. All right. I'm expecting you to already have a score written down by the time the poet sits down. Okay. Speed and accuracy. That's what we're going for. Right?
Accuracy.
Accuracy. With that, whenever you are ready and you have your score, which you've written boldly and large on your whiteboard, just hold them up, and I'm going to read them all out loud. Okay. I see one score. I see 3 scores, and I see all 5 scores. All right, keep them up until I read them all. All right. You think these glasses just look cool? No, I can't see. Follow. All right. Starting off with a 7.8, then a 7.9, and then we have an 8.9, another 8.9, and a 9.3. Let's give up for the poet. All right, judges. That's your number, all right? So if you like any poems more, higher score. Anyone feel like they didn't do as great? A less, all right? Calibration, all right? Beautiful, beautiful. With that being said, Poets. The time starts as soon as you engage with the audience. I just want to let y'all know, okay? Um, and props, if you are referring to your shoe and you point to your shoe, that's a prop, right? That's a prop. Exactly. So those are a few things. But of course, if you feel like you have a poem that has strong content, a content warning does not go against your time. Okay. Beautiful. Amazing. Amazing. With that being said, on double deck is Nikolai, on deck is Decker, but coming up here, the first competitor in the first round, makes some noise for K.
I am a rebel. I try to be good. I think we all do, at least most of the time. But so many people want to be boss. It's way more than alpha dog and way more common than it used to be. People giving orders, people you don't know, giving out commandments, demandments without a please or thank you. Do this, do that. Do not remove this tag. Enjoy by 2010-26. Dry clean only. Keep off the grass. Open other end. Bit late for that. Tear along the dotted line. The line that isn't perforated. A sadist wrote that one. Or a package designer on a bad day. Some of these orders leave room for discretion, like in the absence of directions. Use only as directed. I guess direct yourself. A bit like drink responsibly. Others leave little wiggle room, like keep away from children. I know they can be toxic and bring home nasty germs from school, but they have their moments, and some may live with you. So one can't help being a rebel. I don't mean running a red light or even speeding up on amber. I mean like using face cream on your hands or night cream in the day. I mean, have an after dinner drink before dinner. Eat breakfast at lunchtime. But you cannot be too careful. For example, if your husband has a heart attack shortly after breakfast, be sure before the ambulance arrives to burn the egg carton with a use by date in the middle of last month. One day, when I'm gone, someone clearing out my house will find a little oblong box stuffed with little oblong tickets, each one saying, keep this coupon. Not such a rebel after all.
That's your first slammer right there, Kay. Judges. Y'all are experts. That's why I asked you to be a judge tonight. When you have your score, just hold them up and I will start to read. We got one score. We got two scores. Three scores. 4 and 5. Keep them up until I read them all. Starting off with an 8.3. Then we have an 8.5. Then we have an 8.9. Another 8.9 and a 9.1. Let's give it up for the poet, not the points. All right. Our lovely, speedy, and low blood count scorekeeper, timekeeper, Judge Corraller. Do we have a score for you?
Yes, total score for me was 25.7.
25.7. Let's give it up for Rico. All right, keeping it going. On double deck, we have Megan. On deck, we have Nikolai. Second to the first round. Let's clap it up for the homie Decker.
I barely know her.
A is your alpha. A is your one. A fun merry-go-round on a Mandelbrot line. Stay in your lane. That's what they say, but what if I stray and become 1 squared plus 1? A stardust of complex possibility with endless stability. Stay within your bounds is the rule, but Julia says go beyond that barrier. Make more and more and more connections. And if stars are the drainage system pouring heaven down, then is the universe a giant brain cleansing itself constantly in flow? And if so, are we its daydream and nightmare all the same or something more? I discovered this possibility by watching a 3-minute YouTube video, but Pingala in Indian mathematics as early as 200 BCE knew the endless possibilities from dividing their demigods in verse, cutting them open with a pen mightier than heaven's word, a Sanskrit poem repeating 1 and 2. The circle bound round and round everywhere in the roil of an ocean touching 2 worlds. The structure of a leaf growing, repeat, repeat, repeat. It even has its own scientific quarterly for all to agree. If you start at 0, the complex orbits make Fibonacci knots, cubed in an endless sum of itself. Start at 0, your own personal hero, and the Mandelbrot circle of community. But how does one become a 0 or an endless hermit crab nebula? M0. The start of a category less supernova from a collapsed pulsar, visible not just to itself, but a multitude of others. Just like a Julia set, separating and coming back to their own beautiful pattern, starting at 0, 0, 0, 0 to get to 1. A binary but unbound representation that can only increase in the right direction. Not going back like modern math, but a free universe all to itself. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Decker. Yes, yes, judges. My favorite 6 people in the room. What? Sorry, everyone else.
Whoa!
What?
There is 6 judges. I just want to emphasize. All right, people are tag teaming over here. Okay. I thought you were just upset that you wasn't part of the favor.
That's what I love to.
Rico's like, I don't care. I'm trying to figure out math here. All right, I need scores. I got 5 scores, and I'm going to read them out loud. Okay. Starting off with a 7.9. Then we're going to an 8.6. Then we're going to a 9.2, a 9.3, and a 9.5. Just give it up for the poet. All right. Rico, do we actually have the score for K?
It's 26.3.
26.3. Let's give it up for the poet at the points. All right. On deck, we have Megan. We're up next. Touching the stage, our 3rd competitor. Let's make some noise for Nikolai!
All this produce nonsense has me so confused. Back in my day, there were 2 kinds of apples, red ones and green ones. Now there's all sorts of things, Kanzi and Cosmic Crisp. What happened to Granny Smith? I'm afraid she'll try to become a Macintosh. And what the hell is a plum cod? First of all, there have always been more than just two types of apples. Maybe you didn't know about them, but it doesn't mean they weren't there. If Granny Smith wants to become a Macintosh, who says she can't? As for your second question, imagine if a plum and an apricot had a child. That's what a plum cod is. Sometimes they're referred to as pluots. Well, is it a plum or an apricot? It's neither nor both at the same time. Maybe ask it what it prefers. I'm not gonna talk to a damn fruit. I'm afraid you already are. The hell do you mean? Well, when I was a seed, my parents thought I was gonna be a Macintosh. Then I turned out to be a Granny Smith, but later in life, I thought I was supposed to be a Macintosh. It turns out I was a plum cod all along. Sometimes I present more plums, sometimes I present more apricot, sometimes I present more plum cod. It depends on the day. So you're a fruit? Yes, that's exactly it. So if you're a fruit, do you eat fruits? Oh, absolutely. I love cherries and citrus. They pair quite nicely together. Like bananas too. I'll look at and feel peaches, but I will not eat them. Is it because plum cods and peaches are both stone fruit, and since you're a plum cod, that would be considered cannibalism? Don't get me wrong, I've had my fair share of plums and apricots in my day. It's not the type of fruit that matters. It's not even the size. It's the personality. Fruits have personality? How do you know that? It takes a fruit to know a fruit.
Give it up for Nikolai. Judges. You know what to do. I need scores. I need 5 scores. I got 1 score. Got 3 scores. Okay, perfect. All right, keep them so I can read them. All right. Starting off with a 9.0. Then we have another 9.0. Then we have a 9.4, a 9.5, and what's the thing you put the number from the other number? Because that number is that number. We have a tie! Let's give it up to Nikolai. Yes. All right. Rico, my favorite produce. Do you have a score for Decker?
I do. They got a 27.1.
27.1. Give it up for the poet, not for points. Closing us out on the first round. This next poet right here, I want y'all to make some noise and welcome to the stage,
My grandfather used to wear a watch. Didn't have much to his collection, but my favorite was fixed on his right wrist. No name brand silver with a plain face. Used to tell me how we have to understand time because a clock doesn't. The clock will focus on repeated cycles, each motion a fixed rate. Time will always move forward, not because something new happens, but because the same thing happened again. On days where my grandfather wasn't called for a Senate meeting, he would watch me and my sibling. His voice recognizable from the moment he pulled into the driveway, New England accent with a twang of Irish brogue he inherited from his mother and father, low and loud. He joked, said, the clock never gets bored, it keeps ticking, keeps counting, especially through meetings where the same words come back around. Faces may change, but arguments on Senate floor return, same agenda, different title, new slogans, old intentions. My grandfather said he would fight till the bitter end, clasp his hands like prayer, hoping this time it would be different. If only he knew it wasn't different. Like clock, like pendulum, like ticking time bomb tick. Lists are made, schools are designed for those that look different than normal talk. Home prices rose much faster than wages people couldn't afford to buy or to rent or anything in between. Tick. Routine traffic stop, keep hands at 10 and 2, don't reach, don't question, just keep your mouth shut, especially if they think your skin will speak before you do talk. Because remember, survival isn't about innocence, it's about compliance. Tick. Women treated less than, measured in usefulness, measured in the rings around the trunks of their belly, measured in how far they can push their bodies, would rather save the unborn before the living. Talk. Men go door to door, weapons drawn, masked up, dragging people from their homes that they called safe haven, they called asylum. Talk. Censoring media, protests classified as riots, school shootings classified as a fact of life, how saying free Palestine is radical, how we found out about Renee Good before Keith Porter. After his passing, I was gifted his watch. Every time I put it on my right wrist, silver band, plain face, I am reminded how the hands of time will bring us back, not forward. The clock will always tick to control the narrative if we don't change its course.
Let's give it up for Megan, y'all. Going out the first round.
I love the judges. I love the judges. My favorite superhero group. I need 5 scores. I got 3. I'm looking for my 4th. Looking for my 5th. Amazing. Note to self, 5 better markers. Okay. Starting off with a 9.5.
Need them on now. Didn't turn the lights off. Of course there's shade, because the lights are off.
The stage is a little dry now. Anyway. Okay, we got a, starting off at 9.5, we got a 9.8. Then we have a 9.9. Then we have another 9.9, and this number is also familiar. We have a 10! Amazing. Speaking of 10, hey, Rico. Hey, do you have a score for Nikolai?
Nicholas score, say 27.9.
27.9! Give it up for the poet and not the points. And you're fast. You're 10, you're fast. You also have the score for our dear friend.
Megan got a 29.6.
29.6 for Megan. Give it up for the poet, not the points. Amazing. I am going to read the order out loud, and Rico is going to correct me if I am wrong. Okay? All right. We're moving on to a second round. I want to remind y'all that we're doing this because it's fun. Okay. Sometimes it's hard, but it's also really great to be able to share poetry. That's why we're doing it. We have judges here because they're attentive listening. Audience, you are also very attentive because sometimes maybe the judges are messing up. So yes, we're focusing on that. All right, hearing these stories, putting them in the spotlight, and really shout out to these wonderful poets who are coming to the stage to share these stories. Okay, beautiful. So this is going to be the order of the second round. Starting off with Megan, then we're going to go into Nikolai, and then we're going to go to Decker, and then we're going to go to Kay. All right, that is the order. And what's on the line? Prizes. Okay? I want to confirm with Rico what the actual prizes are, but that's what we're playing for. Okay? With that on deck, we have Nikolai coming back to the stage. Clap it up for Megan!
Hey everyone, my name's Megan. You're probably wondering how I got here. Well, in the summer of 2016, I was bitten by a Texas spider, and ever since then I've been Spider Girl. You were probably expecting Peter or Miles, but here we are, and I'm sure you know the rest. With great power comes great responsibility, so on and so forth. No matter how many times the city calls upon my name, I keep coming back time and time again. However, The only thing standing between me and my greatness is my fatness. If you're a superhero, how can that be your arch enemy? Let's rewind the story, shall we? A spider bite turned into an urgent care visit, turned into an emergency room visit, turned into an 8-day hospital stay. Nurses and doctors and specialists administered every test, pricked every vein, and even though the calculations pointed to kidney failure, they determined that I was overweight. I mean, forget the venom that had seeped into my system. Forget the fact that the doctors gave me more symptoms than when I walked in. Fatness was taking over my body. But isn't this how this always goes? Fat girl walks into doctor's office. Doctor tells fat girl she's fat. Fat girl walks out of doctor's office tired, frustrated, annoyed, no real answers given. Did I say frustrated? But superheroes are exceptionally skillful and successful. Never let the enemy see them cry, so as the tears of anger wanted to flow, I weaved them into my web so I could save them for later and swallow them whole. This feeling of loneliness is just my anti-venom. Can't let my fatness defeat or define me. There are so many out there like me. A superhuman with unbelievable talents just discarded away due to their size. Someone is always watching with every step or breath we take. I call myself Megan, but to the rest of the world, I'm Spider-Girl, and I know I'm not the only one, so welcome to the multiverse.
Let's give it up for Megan. Yes, we just started our second round, judges. I have a chamber. I have a chamber in my heart for each of you. I need 5 scores. I got the 2 scores. I'm looking for my 3rd score. Looking for my 4th score. All right, beautiful. Some folks are adding some extra sauce to their scores. We like that. Okay, we got starting with a 9.3. Then we have a 9.8, a 9.9. And say it with me, y'all. 10! 10! Give it up for Megan! We want to switch it up. My favorite superhero. I'm actually going to ask you scores immediately after. Are you okay with that? All right. What do we got?
Megan got a 29.7.
29.7. Give it up for the poet. On deck, we have Decker coming back to the stage once again. Let's clap it up and welcome Nikolai.
There are so many different types of tomatoes. Roma tomatoes, heirloom cherries, sweet, on the vine, off the vine, and many, many more. Big ones, small ones, and all sorts of colors. Red, green, orange, yellow, shoot, even some purple looking ones. Regardless of variety, shape, size, or color, a tomato is still a tomato. A tomato is still a tomato. Some tomatoes think that other tomatoes aren't as good as them, that they're at the top of the tomato hierarchy. They think that the land they're on, which was stolen from other tomatoes, isn't meant for tomatoes that weren't planted and grown there. So what do? They decide that the only thing they can do is round up and detain all of those invasive tomato species, even though, at the end of the day, a tomato is still a tomato. Tomatoes come in different colors, which I personally think is a very beautiful thing. The supremacist tomatoes don't really care about that, though. Their agents of tomato removal think that if their agents of tomato removal think that another tomato looks like an invasive tomato, even if that tomato was grown and planted on the land before the supremacist tomatoes stole their land, they'll tomato is still a tomato. Now, when other tomatoes who were planted and grown on the aforementioned stolen land try to help protect and protest for the invasive tomatoes, they get bruised and sliced and even squashed. Do you know what happens when a tomato gets sliced or squashed? It releases tomato juice. All tomatoes have tomato juice, no matter the size or variety or shape or color, because a tomato is still a tomato. This poem is not about tomatoes.
Let's give it up for Nikolai. Judges, my favorite tomatoes. I need scores. I see one. I see two. We need new markers. Yeah, I got 4. People are out. Maybe I'm talking about you, maybe I'm not. Okay. Starting off, a stack of tomatoes. I have an 8.8. Then I have a 9.0. Then I have a 9.5, a 9.7, and a 9.9. So give it up for the poet. Awesome, Second round. Tomato. You got to score. You got to score for me.
Like more of a pumpkin or an orange?
Hey, they come in different.
Nikolai got 28.2 tomatoes.
28.2. Give it up for the poet at the point. On deck, we have Kay for coming back to the stage. Please welcome. Clap it up for the homie Decker!
Some of you might have a change of heart with your fruit after this one. It wasn't the apple that blossomed with sex. No. If she desired knowledge, only peaches would do. Soft hairs, unshaven, rubbed smooth, and puffs with the ball of the palm. Thin peel of skin held tender in the other hand. Gushing juice, smearing chin, lips, and the tips to creases of fingers. Tart pulp, soaking teeth and tongue, devouring meat like water until grinded by the core. Sucking veined branches from tunneled caves, wasting them. Flushed lips dry, licking fingers, wanting more. No. Sex was not the sin. Twisted already in the winged will of Lilith, the struggle mere corporal. Taken under the muscled thighs, turned over and demanding she wrestled for the right, clawed and dug deeper, bruising the flesh. But side by side with Adam, bisected from the core, Eve helped herself. She did not sit yawning under the tree, but bled the bark to reach the top and shake the bough before her. Elevated, wrapped around the limbs, her sight was stronger. Mother of living beguiled by vision, determined only to level eyes with God. She reached higher, so much taken in a crushing bite, sticking with sap and tasting the salt of her own wounds. She breathed the life of her own lungs, feeling the eerie ecstasy of a fleeting single breath. Yes, Eve knew peaches, savored them in fact. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Decker. All right, we got polls, but I'm looking for scores. My lovely judges, I'm looking for scores. I got 1 score, 2 score, 3 score, 4 score, and 5 scores. I really wish I had like my own like ASMR channel.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay, okay. Watch out, watch out. All right, starting off with a 8.6. Then we're gonna go to a 9.3. Then we're going to a 9.6. Another 9.6 and 10. Give it up for the poet. Yes, you have the total score of a lovely poet.
Total score for Decker is 28.5.
28.5 goes for the poet, not the points. All right. Closing us out, our second round, our final slammer. Yes,
Okay.
yes, we're at about
Okay.
that time. We're
Come on,
about that
Kay.
time.
Here to Kay.
Please welcome back, Kay!
This one has a long title. Brand new questions. In upstate New York, at a lichen workshop, in a room full of biologists and their microscopes. A tap on the shoulder, and a large man asks, "May I crawl under your table?" I was, of course, familiar with the individual words, but had never heard them used in that particular order before. In the type of question that tempts one to answer with another question, that irritating avoidance tactic, if not a power play. The man had done nothing to earn an attitude from me. A simple yes or no, while terse, would have sufficed. And yet, his question was deserving of a less concise response, something more considerate. "You'll be a lot more comfortable over there in the Adirondack chair." Or, "I'm sorry, sir, the foot fetish time is not until tomorrow." A crowded room in the afternoon, his kindly face and deadpan voice didn't suggest any kind of kinky sex. He didn't seem the type, not that you can always tell. And if he was, then why my table? Like me, its better days were past. But I was in a corner, 2 walls for privacy, a little darker, more secure, and fewer passers-by. He could have been much more direct, dispensed with ambiguity, gone straight out, full frontal, brash. Leave me in no doubt of his intentions. "May I plug into your power strip?" Oh, another one I hadn't heard before.
Give it up for Kay, y'all. Thank you so much, Kay. My judges, my lovely friends, who's been holding it down, the real MVPs. I need scores. I need scores. I need scores.
Come on, judges. Come on now.
Yes, I got 3 scores. I'm looking for my 4th score. Looking for my 5th score. Like and subscribe my YouTube channel. Okay, great. Starting off with an 8.6. Another 8.6. And we have an 8.9, a 9.5, and a 9.6. Awesome. Give it up for the poet and the point. All right. My friend who always got the plugs. You have to score for me.
27 even.
27 evens! Give it up for the poet. Wow, that was an incredible share. Don't you agree? All right. I'm like, say, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. I am bad with numbers. I need a little bit more time to add everyone's score up to figure out who gets prizes. But I'm going to bring the person who's really good at that actually away from the scores to kind of bless us with another poem. Are y'all ready? Can we welcome back to the stage, Rico?
because some folks shared some lovely produce booms, I felt inspired to share something of my own, which was inspired by Decker, actually. Decker shared a lovely little piece of origami poetry, which still sits on my desk to this day, and it inspired this one. Sometimes an orange is just an orange. We can peel back however many layers of rind, carefully dissect each slice and set aside the pips and hope that maybe they could become something more than just dense potential. But unless planted and cared for, unless nurtured and watered with warmth and tenderness, a seed is just a seed. Each slice can be pried away from its brethren, but alone it is only skin and juice, fibrous flesh for a fleeting moment before the inevitable demise. Might even be a metaphor in there somewhere, but again, I remind myself that sometimes an orange is just an orange. Consider the rinds, though. A bitter, tough shell, mottled with ridges, exoscarp optimized to resist prying fingers and avoid being pawed, shielding a soft endocarp with film-like albedo buffer of cellulose and pectin, fuzzy feeling still tangible barrier to the sweetness within. But when you break past the layer of inhibition, the explosion of flavor dances tantalizing on your tongue. The liminal ecstasy pirouettes through sugary sour steps as it slides down. Soft, fading against the shriveled husk is all that remains between your teeth. So what do you do with what is left? Do you spit it out? Reject the revulsion and leave it lying cast aside and irrelevant? Now that you've sucked it dry and see nothing left to gain from the shrunken remains? Do you let it linger? Slowly chewing the aftermath, eventually swallowing and letting it become part of you for a time until even the memory fades. But remember, sometimes an orange is just an orange, a quick fix to make it past the pit.
Okay, judges, I'm just kidding. So let's give it up for Rick. I actually want to do a poem about something too. Actually, whoa. We're at the point of the night where I want to welcome back to the stage our four lovely competitors so we can announce their prizes. All right, can we get back to the stage? Kay, Decker, Nicola, and Megan. All right. This is a good little, cute little moment. Let me just look at these lovely folks. Thank y'all so much. These are our lovely competitors. Look at this, it's so cute. Yeah, give a round of applause to the friends. All right. There is a saying: the best poets sometimes don't win, but here everyone is a winner. Okay. Everyone was phenomenal. Thank you so much for sharing and being brave and just giving us a great time. So, fourth place. All right. Yes, that was it. Money.
Yeah, money.
Okay. Money. Cash money. A 10 in my heart, and there's gonna be walking away with $10. Let's give everyone pay! I won't make all the for this time. All right. Up next, we courtesy of this is also all courtesy of our lovely friend the Dragonfly Cafe. We got some. We want to encourage y'all to come back, so we got some gift cards up next. All right. Or third place, $10. I want y'all to make some noise for our dear friend Decker. All right, we're getting close. Okay, we got some judges. Y'all did amazing. Second place and first place. All right, we're getting the gift card, $25 gift card. I want to say out loud. I want you to make some noise for our dear homie Nicola. With that 10 here, but 4 of them. Yes. For first place, let's give it up for our lovely homie, Megan, y'all. Awesome. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate y'all for being here. Thank y'all, everyone, judges. We appreciate you so much. Please come back, tell a friend. If it's your first time, maybe your second time, your third time. Don't forget to tag team. We're gonna hang out for a little bit. We're gonna be cleaning up. Dragonfly Cafe is gonna be closing at 9 o'clock. If you have any trash, please throw it away. Put any dirty dishes away. Say what's up if people consent to talk.